Imagine a Shoshone hunter, bow in hand, staring at a horse. He's thinking, that's dinner, or a really fast dog. First, let's set the stage. Here's the world our story unfolds in, around 1779, with San Antonio right at the heart of it. By 1680, the Pueblo Revolt kicks the Spanish out of New Mexico, leaving behind a gift. Horses. Lots of horses. Free-range ponies. The Comanche, now on the plains, see these horses and think, jackpot. They adopt horse culture faster than a teenager adopts a new dance craze. By 1700, the Comanche have become the equine equivalent of rock stars. Horses are their guitars, and the southern plains are their stadium. Hunting bison becomes a high-speed drive-by. The Comanche lean off their horses, firing arrows with the precision of a drive-through order. Except the order is dinner. This isn't just a new hobby, it's a total lifestyle upgrade. The Comanche trade their old Shoshone ways for horses, bison, and the kind of swagger that makes empires jealous. The Comanche, flush with French guns, look at Apache land and think, that's a nice patch of grass. We'll take it. Apache warriors scramble to defend, but these aren't just arrows anymore. These are boomsticks. The Comanche have brought thunder to the plains. Now the Comanche own the prime real estate of the southern plains. They're the new landlords, and the Apache are just the cautionary tale for anyone else who gets ideas. In 1758, the Comanche and their allies decide the Spanish mission at San Sabá looks like a perfect target for a field trip. They bring torches. And here's San Antonio up close, where our story really plays out. The mission's wooden walls crackle like breakfast cereal as flames lick the sky. The priests inside realize their conversion rate is about to drop to zero. The Comanche circle the burning mission, whooping and firing arrows into the air. It's less a siege, more a victory lap with extra fire. 2 priests perish in the flames, and the mission is reduced to ashes. The Spanish get the message. No conversions today, thanks. Hacienda owners wake up to find their barns empty and their horses gone. They shake their fists at the horizon, but the Comanche are already miles away, laughing. The Comanche don't just take horses, they take people too. Captives become adopted family, workers, or bargaining chips. It's the ultimate you can't sit with us move. By the late 1760s, the Comanche have raided so deep that even Durango is on the menu. Spanish colonists start building their houses with extra thick walls and a healthy dose of paranoia. In 1777, Juan Bautista de Anza gets a promotion he didn't ask for, governor of New Mexico. The job description? Stop the Comanche from turning your settlements into a drive-through. Anza's predecessor left him a mess. A scorched earth, empty stables, and a memo that just says good luck. The Comanche raids are so frequent, the locals have a calendar for them. Anza studies the problem like a chess grandmaster. The Comanche are fast, mobile, and know the plains better than their own horses. He needs a new strategy, not just more walls. Anza's plan is simple. Hit the Comanche so hard they'll think twice about stealing another horse. He gathers 600 soldiers, militia, and Ute and Apache allies. Now the big move, the road from Santa Fe to San Antonio. They march out of Santa Fe, a colorful parade of Spanish steel and native war paint. The Utes and Apaches are thrilled. Finally, payback time. The Comanche have no idea a storm is coming. They're busy counting their stolen horses and practicing their victory dances. Anza's force strikes at dawn, hitting the Comanche camp like a thunderclap. The element of surprise is worth 1,000 extra swords. September 1779. Anza's troops finally catch up to Cuerno Verde's war party near the Greenhorn Mountains. The Comanche chief is about to learn that the Spanish can play ambush too. The trap springs. Spanish muskets roar, and Comanche warriors scatter like startled quail. Cuerno Verde's horse rears, and he clings on for dear life, hat flying off. Cuerno Verde rallies his warriors for a desperate charge, but Anza's men are ready. Steel meets steel, and the chief finds himself surrounded by a wall of Spanish lances. Cuerno Verde falls from his horse, and the Comanche resistance crumbles. Anza stands over the fallen chief, catching his breath, a major blow to Comanche power delivered with Spanish steel. With Cuerno Verde gone, the Comanche band scratch their heads and decide maybe peace is the new black. They send envoys to Santa Fe, waving white flags made of buffalo. Governor Anza, still dusting off his victory, sees a golden opportunity. He invites the chiefs to smoke a peace pipe, but he's got a quill and ink ready for a treaty. The peace pipe goes around, and the smoke signals a new era. The Comanche agreed to stop raiding Spanish settlements, mostly, and in return, they get trade goods and a shiny new alliance. And just like that, the Comanche Empire becomes Spain's new best frenemy. Trade flows, raids drop, and for the first time in decades, the plains are almost, dare we say, peaceful. Their population? 20 to 40,000 strong. Not a lot of horse riding, buffalo chasing, empire-building folks. From Colorado to Texas, they ruled the plains. And their secret weapon? Bison. Lots and lots of bison. Trade routes crisscrossed their land like a spider web, and everyone wanted a piece. The Comanche were the middlemen of the plains, and they charged a hefty toll. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 hands the U.S. a giant slice of the map, and suddenly the Comanche have new neighbors with shiny guns and a serious shopping problem. American traders like William Bent set up shop on the Arkansas River, hawking rifles and blankets like a frontier shopping mall. The Comanche roll in with bison robes and horses, ready to haggle. The exchange is a hit. Comanche walk away with guns and blankets. Americans get robes and horses. It's the 1800s version of a swap meet, except everyone's armed and riding faster than a speeding bullet. In 1806, President Jefferson sends Zebulon Pike to explore the new Louisiana Purchase. Pike's mission: find the Red River, meet the Comanche, and maybe not start a war. Pike's party marches into Comancheria, but the Comanche aren't exactly rolling out a welcome mat. They're more like, who's this guy with a fancy hat? The first encounter, Pike and his men meet a band of Comanche warriors. Pike tries diplomacy. The Comanche try to figure out if these Americans are traitors or targets. Pike notes in his journal, "These Comanche are the most formidable warriors I've seen." He wisely decides not to test that theory personally. 1834 rolls in like a bad hangover, and it's not just the tequila. Cholera, the uninvited guest, crashes the Comanche camp. The medicine men chant and dance, but cholera doesn't care about your rhythm. It's a microscopic party crasher with no respect for tradition. Thousands fall, and the Comanche are left wondering if their empire has an expiration date. Even the bison seem to give them a wide berth. It's a grim reminder that even the most powerful can be humbled by a tiny microbe. The Comanche Empire may rule the plains, but cholera rules the gut. The 1840s arrive, and the bison, the Comanche's walking supermarket, are suddenly on the clearance rack. American hide hunters are cleaning them out like it's Black Friday. Drought joins the party, turning the once lush plains into a crunchy, dry wasteland. The grass that fed the herds? Gone. The herds that fed the Comanche? Also gone. The Comanche look at their larders, empty. Their horses, skinny. Their future, suddenly looking like a diet plan they never asked for. It's a grim reminder. Even the mightiest empire runs on a full stomach. And right now, the Comanche stomach is growling louder than a bear with a hangover. The council house in San Antonio turns into a wrestling match with extra steps. Comanche chiefs walk in for peace talks, but the Texans have other plans. A Texan grabs a Comanche chief, and suddenly it's a free-for-all. Swords, tomahawks, and bad decisions fly. The Comanche are outnumbered and furious. The Comanche chiefs are killed, and the Texans think they've won. But they've just poked a hornet's nest the size of Texas. Literally, word spreads across the plains faster than a prairie fire. The Comanche are not just angry, they're organizing. The Great Raid is about to begin. They hit Victoria and Linville like a hurricane of hooves and hate. Homes burn, cattle scatter, and Texans learn that peace has a price. 1858. The U.S. Army rides into Comanche country, not for a chat, but for a house call. Little Rogue Creek is about to get very, very loud. The Comanches see the blue line coming and think, oh great, the neighbors brought their army to the barbecue. They grab weapons, kids, and the good horses. The cavalry hits the village like a hammer on a piñata, but the Comanche don't just hand over the candy. They fight back with arrows, lances, and fury. The village burns, but the Comanche slip away into the brush. The army claims victory, but it's a hollow one. The Comanche are still out there, and they're not happy. The army strategy is simple. Find the Comanche, corner them, and persuade them to move to a nice, cozy reservation. The Comanche strategy, nope. The Medicine Lodge Treaty is signed in 1867, and the Comanche chiefs are told, here's a reservation. Enjoy Oklahoma. The chiefs look at the reservation boundaries and realize it's smaller than their last hunting trip. This is it. The chiefs sign, but their hands hover over the paper like it's a hot stove. This is for our people, they say, but it feels like a trap. The ink dries, and the Comanche Empire officially shrinks to a patch of Oklahoma. The nomadic life is over. Quanah Parker rallies the last of the Comanche, but the army's got a new trick. Hunt them in winter, when ponies get skinny and tempers get short. The army's plan is simple. Find a Comanche, freeze them out, and make them wish they'd stuck to buffalo hunting instead of cavalry chasing. The Battle of Palo Duro Canyon. The army charges in, but the Comanche slip away like ghosts, leaving behind their teepees and a very confused cavalry. The army burns the village and the horses, but the Comanche survive. Quanah knows this is the end, but he's not going down without a fight. But winter is a merciless ally to the army. Food runs out, ponies die, and the Comanche are forced to surrender or starve. It's a tough choice,